I'm opening this intelligence briefing by setting the operational parameters for my Month 7 data analysis. For high-pressure professionals screening for critical intelligence, the central inquiry here is maintaining and restoring operational capacity under extreme system failure. I'm extracting technical intelligence from this current episode to formulate a precise action guide. The critical question I must address is this: how does a failing biological system rewrite a corrupted 60-year neural map? By the end of this log, I will establish a concrete action guide for structural and neural reconfiguration. I am discarding subjective narratives to focus purely on observable data, mapping the transition from physical bankruptcy straight through to structural redrawing. Deconstructing arrogant consciousness, returning command to the autonomic system. I'm starting by documenting my baseline error and the active construction of my inertial skewness. I clinically contrast my past calculated self-mutilation against the high-level stage of returning command to the autonomic system. Arrogant knowledge is forcing the biological frame into unsuitable desks and chairs for perceived efficiency. It costs me total skewness from head to toe. Humble unknowing, on the other hand, admits the limits of consciousness. It means letting the body lead and observing signals. I no longer teach the physical form how to move. Instead, I observe positioning signals to establish correct mechanics. The data highlights the number 60. That is 60 years of visual compensation and structural skewness that I must now deconstruct. This 210-day project is fundamentally the process of my consciousness relinquishing control. I am acknowledging the brain's long-term calculated self-mutilation. Redrawing the neural map, the position inventory phase. I am detailing the exact intelligence gathered during this physical phase to redraw that map. I deploy exact tactical inputs to force the brain to update its map and fight habitual paths. First, I maintain 9.5 hours of barefoot grounding contact daily. Second, I operate my mouse with my non-dominant left hand. Third, I execute right eye visual alignment calibration. By closing my left eye and switching digital inputs to my left hand, I force right brain activation. This gravity scan protocol updates coordinates I've lost over 6 decades. During the gravity scan, I clinically observe the boat-shaped arc phenomenon in my feet. This arc is the final dynamic manifestation of full-body spiral torsion traveling down to the subtalar joint. It actively prevents a balanced landing during movement. Static standing conceals the skewness, but dynamic movement exposes the skeletal stacking error. This demands a top-to-bottom reset. Executing vertical integration, 8 hours of operational capacity. Here are the tactical interventions I deploy during my 8-hour digital work window to correct gravity switching faults. I utilize specific contingency protocols to iron out fascia folds throughout the day. Under standard operational status, a sitting fault triggers the action of standing for 8 hours. I'm turning gravity from a resistance into a tool. When neural lag creates a triggered storm, I execute a pelvic figure 8 rotation. For edema caused by fluid pooling, my protocol is prone leg lifts, using gravity for physical drainage. To shut down deep nerve sparks during severe friction, I deploy the ocular cervical reflex. I utilize extreme eye movements combined with segmental spinal unloading to directly shut off the master switch of neural storms the exact moment they activate. Establishing repair mechanisms, physical degaussing. I establish these protocols to secure structural space repair and metabolic conversion during my downtime. I document the exact sequence of my dynamic sleep onset method, transitioning from functional repair to structural reorganization. Step 1, I lie flat in a prone position to flatten the axis. Step 2, I alternate into an infant crawl pose to buffer physical resistance. Step 3, I execute eye movements at the end of each pose for deep degaussing. I leverage gravity and surface resistance to turn sleep into dedicated structural space repair. Then is near the way, return to functional baseline. Synthesizing the gathered intelligence confirms stabilization. My weight is stable at 62 kilograms, visceral tension is releasing, and my full standing work capacity is restored to 8 hours daily. The core logic I observe derives from ancient systems logic. Things have roots and branches. Nutritional absorption and continuous sleep are the roots. The 8-hour standing work capacity is the surplus branch. Visual calibration is the beginning. Frame alignment is the end. Relax, the body already knows. Shifting my foundational relationship confirms a new baseline. My body is my buddy. I'm transitioning from repairing parts to conscious leading. The data is confirmed and the baseline is set. As you wish, access the full video episode 9 via the anchor in the top left and the link in the description box.